Okay, so the website, alliedhealthpathways.org, it's quite a mouthful and it's easy to mistype. But anyways, once you're on this page, you will then go to actually log in and find the login. You will click on the dashboard link. And from there, you'll have your user login. And the user is going to be your first name. Okay? So you would use your first name. Everybody able to log in or no? Or
It's still loading. It's still loading.
Still loading?
The computer, our computer.
Oh, your computers are still loading. I was like, I hope the website's not that slow.
I logged in a couple months ago.
At
Yeah,
the,
that was about it.
yeah,
Okay.
I believe
I was
it is
there
the same.
too.
So everybody has logged in, everybody's been able to at least get on there with your,
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and continue, and then you guys can just kind of watch, and then when it gets to that point, you can log in as well. And then we can make sure that you can edit everything. Because there are some parts, I mean, there's going to be parts of this dashboard that you're not going to use, but there really are some parts that are very helpful, especially for kind of doing a degree audit. Kind of like what they have here at UNT, where you can go and see all the courses you've taken and passed, and see what major you could actually graduate with, like the quickest. So once you're on this dashboard, you're more than welcome to, if you want to edit your profile, you don't have to, because right now actually you're the only one looking at it, so unless you just like a nice picture of yourself up there. You can go up here to the upper right where you can click on your username under that hello, and there you can actually edit and you can add, and you can update the email address if you want notifications or things like that to be sent to that. You can put in your picture, you know, whatever phone number, things like that that you might want to do in the profile section. So let's go back to on the dashboard. I'll come back to this completely, of course. But anyway, this portfolio section of it, you should be able, this is where you can just upload like your resume, or you could upload some letters of reference or something like that, just almost a file depository kind of for yourself that you might need. Now if you have a flash drive you already always carry around, or I guess if you have Google Drive or something, that way you can easily load into that and say, oh well, I can send you a copy of my resume, blah blah blah, or things like that you might need, or that someone else might need for you to get into an internship or a job or interview. Even though you should have those things printed off, honestly, when you go to those places. But you can click on the Edit button, and from there you can add in other files. It's simple, just like a lot of other websites where you upload a file. You know, you just go to Browse, pick a file, I'm not going to pick any, and then you click Upload. Now upload your resume. And in this section, letters of reference, maybe some transcripts. I won't show you my grade, those are my actual transcripts though. So I shouldn't really have those on there, but I guess I do. Okay, so then you would say save, and then that's going to update them right there in the portfolio. Let me refresh it so it will show that big, nice big thing in the middle of it. I'll come back to this complete course. Here's GRE info. That was one they wanted me to add. You can put in your scores for GRE if you wanted to keep track of that. Professional experience. This is where you keep track of your professional experience and your service, and both of these work the same way. When you go into edit, kind of the trick with it, and it's not as user-friendly, is that you'd want to, under the location, put your location. I can just go ahead and do a test 3. You can do add another location if you need to add a bunch of these. Test 4. And then your hours need to then line up with the location. So your top location, that should be your top hours that you did the service or your experience. And then all the way through that. So I don't know, we can do 10 and we can do 0.5 because I went there and I turned around and I didn't want to do that.
so, excuse me.
Yes?
So that would be like your hours that you put in at Seniors in Motion, you could keep track of on here, which is going to be important, you know, when you go to fill out a application for PT school to have a record. Some PT schools do require a certain number of hours and in different areas.
So yeah, if you have your own way of keeping track of it, Excel spreadsheet or something like that, go ahead and use it. But this is also another, as long as you can remember your username and password and things like that. That's just an easy way to keep track of your experience and your service. Did you guys all get into the website?
Yeah.
Some of you?
It's good.
You couldn't?
I forgot my password, so.
Well, there is a forgot password on that block, and I can come back to it maybe after we do this video, I can come back and answer your questions, because that doesn't need to be on the video for everyone. But anyways, I'll help you out when we get to that point. So probably one of the most important things, and really the most helpful, and why this dashboard was created, was because they wanted you to be able to put in that you completed certain courses, and then see what you needed or what you didn't have to go to these different schools. So on this list, you could actually go in and you click on Edit under the completed courses, and that is the huge list of all these different classes. Okay? And so you go, I would only put in your ones that you passed because it really doesn't check to whether you passed or failed. It just checks to see if there's something in that spot. So if you put anything on there for the biology, it's going to give you a check mark and say, yeah, you completed your biology, things like that, and you're good. So you'll edit those from this page. You'll click Save when you're done with them. And now what you can do with that is up here along this top, I know they're kind of not so easy to see, but along this green part, these are some, what is it, like 12 local universities that have like a physical therapy program. So here's ASU, so it's Angeles State University, and when you click on these, it'll then show you, what you have. It'll show, oh, you did biology, oh, but I'm missing chemistry. I mean, I of course realize you didn't do chemistry 2 without completing chemistry 1, but, so it gives you a quick audit to let you know, so that way you can quickly compare all those schools and say, oh, well, maybe UNT Health Science Center is the best one for me because I already have all the requirements. Or maybe one of these other ones works better for you. And hey, I have family there too, so maybe I want to go there because I already have all the classes done for that. And so you can just quickly go and do, here's Baylor. And I remember Herman Simmons, I believe, yeah, Simmons. Texas Tech Health Science Center, where's Texas Tech? Here's UNT Health Science Center. I'm missing a couple on that one. So really that's one of the most helpful features. So you don't have to go through the booklet of every single one of these places. They gave me the courses that required and I put them on here. And that way you can quickly just jump between those as you complete courses. Probably a lot of you are close to graduating. You probably have your courses under control and maybe you already figured out where you're going, I don't know. But that's something that you can quickly just see all those things on there. And that's something that's just probably the most helpful tool of the dashboard is for you to see what courses you need in order to get into those programs. Okay? And I'm sure when those other ones that need to be updated, Gene and them will let me know so that way we're not missing something on there. And you're not like, oh, that thing lied to me. I thought I was ready. But I would double check some of their paperwork just in case someplace did change anything. All right? Is that pretty I mean, everything else, there's some different resources up in there along the tabs that Rebecca's had me add throughout the time. We'll probably link this back to we'll probably put it on the YouTube when we're done. Different photos of people being inducted, things like that. So, anyways, I guess we'll cut the video off right there.